Alright everyone, we're back. Let's talk to Ishtola. Did you learn anything of import? You're just talking at work right now about how game design evolved? I didn't know you talked to anyone at work. So it is as we suspected. Maintaining the brands require a great deal of her energy and focus. And this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain why contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. The heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Heidelin. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he only meant this facility. Truly, Heidelin's powers are far beyond anything I could have imagined. That's right, Heidelin created the moon. Complete global constipation. He wants to stifle Piamet with his 1 billion follower special? Man, Vector's going big. I thank you for affording me this short reprieve. This piano's going hard.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiark and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Long ago, before the Great Sundering, there was but a single world, Etheris. One day, from within the star, or Earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where next the corruption would manifest. The etheric energies which flow through all creation in the form of various currents. The currents which course through the land and seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of celestial nature which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
Nor would I expect you to be. Few scholars of our time knew of their existence. valuable knowledge helped us better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of air and earth, or earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution, the complications soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer studies, a stagnancy of ether was observed in nearby currents.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiark conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely. With the advent of Zodiark, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiark's power as a threat. Is that true?
Indeed, there was a faction opposed to Zodiark's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces once more. Hydaelyn recognized this as well, and so, rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiark, herself, and the star into lesser reflections that she might confine him in this place. I could have sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness. Then what she told me in the Ethereal Sea was false? That the two once dwelled as one until Zodiark grew hungry for power, upsetting the balance betwixt them? Not quite a lie, though a rather gross embellishment. But knowing what you know now, you must surely realize why she might opt to obfuscate and mislead. Hydaelyn and Zodiark are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection limited by our own imperfections. Zodiark was, without question, the more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half of Atheros' population. Minican. Thus was it necessary for Hydaelyn to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly. With what power she dared spare, she cried out to any who might listen, and offered her blessing to those who needed her call. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Atheros and her history. Like Zodiark, Hydaelyn's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wish to look to the future and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Hydaelyn is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believed that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the source fall, what will become of the other worlds?
The nomenclature is more fitting than you know. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share in its fate. Ah, it is ready. This way, if you would be so kind. A beautiful sight, is it not?
Yes, but what is it?
Hydaelyn knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiark and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst, and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. The moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Atheris to safe harbor. You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them. And fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. It's gonna be your go-to insult now? You're a wet burrito at best? Would you date a wet burrito? Alright, let's see here. We got a new coffer. A 533 weapon that I don't know if it's going to be better than what we're using, even though mine's only 530. Alright, so we got a Saiga skin grimoire. Is it better? It is better. Sick. Okay. Oops. And here's what our new book looks like. I don't know the purpose of this spinning disc, but, you know, at least it's not like the same as every other book, I guess. Also, I feel like it'd be like heavy to on the one side. You'd only date a sloppy burrito. Helping hands. The time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorium, where Zodiark was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however. Let us call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Hydaelyn created me as the jailer, so too did she create Argos as the guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ether is affecting him. Let us make for the crushing brand, and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. If he labors in service to Hydaelyn's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand, then? Bitches. That's right, trying to run across the surface of the moon. Well, like I said before, I actually really like the music on the moon. The theme they give you here is pretty nice. Very tranquil. This dude's rubbing mud all over his face. Hop to it, yo. Vector, if PM had told you that her catchphrase was plop plop, would you believe her? Look at all these people harvesting down here. Oh, fishing, I guess. Yes, the crushing brand's gotta be over there. How the fuck did we get over? Alright, we had to run all the way up here to get around. Because there's the Flan Princess still. I'm surprised nobody's come to kill her. Oh, they're there. Standing over here. Fuck Saboteur, Lunar Tender, don't do that. The place we seek is just ahead, at the Chlorophosgrat. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Would you allow Pima to give you her fulsome gift if you got an achievement for it? No, I might have to just abandon that that achievement. But you see, Pima is fakes, and fakes are not what you want. Not what anyone wants. Yes, here will do nicely. The looters sprongoid draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the sprongoi along? Sprongoi? Spongoi? Spongoi? I'm attuning to it. Game Rover, hello! Welcome. Look, there's Argos. The lunar pup. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. A most fascinating creation of Hydaelyn's, would you not agree? Should the need arise, he's even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you, it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when last he showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your comrades. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. As for your companions... Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe we are all ready. Then let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. How are you doing, Game Rover? How's life on the Game Rover side of things? Do you find yourself Game Rovering a lot? Because apparently these things aggro via sound. Because I walked behind that and it still aggroed me. Once again, these are enemies from FF11. Game Over, if you're wondering, yes, we are currently on the moon. Your destination is the structure there across the Cradle of Darkness, but climb on to Argos's back and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiark's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side, so perhaps it would be best if we did not go all at once. I propose the two of us cross first while Thancred and Urianger wait here. Look at that. Our space dog, our lunar dog, is running. A malefic ether yet permeates from the creator. Remnants of Zodiark, most like. You did spend a millennia down there. Millennia or two. Just a little further. Look at those doors. This structure is enormous, though it is hardly surprising given the size of the average Emiratum. Apologies for the wait. Right. Then, let us head inside and... Oh? Most intriguing. A means by which he conserveth energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. Stay here where it's safe, alright? If Argos is to remain without, let us not keep him waiting over long. Speak with Ishtola. Alright. Now we get to go inside this gigantic building and find out just what the fuck is going on in here. What is this place? Well, this is intriguing. There's also no music here. Now there's sinister music here.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Look lively, everyone! I know, this 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance, for Zodiark, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new purpose, to bear the people of Etheris to safety! Our time is come, my friends! We must be swifter than swift. There is much to do before our guests arrive. I expect your workstations to be immaculate, and don't forget to relay our signal to Etheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
"'Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps."
Perhaps.
Right. Another chess piece, which might actually be an upgrade. Also, listen to that music. You guys like FF4? Because this is the town theme from FF4. They must be the Loporrits mentioned in the Watcher's records. Not at all what I was expecting, but the Watcher did bid us heed to the council. I assume the one who gave that rousing speech was the leader, though we might have to ask about it in order to track them down. Come on then, let us be about it. Which one is FF4 again? It's the fourth one. The one with Cecil and Rosa, and it was the first release on Super Nintendo. A tune time. So this expansion, Endwalker, has a ton of references to Final Fantasy IV. Including, as you can tell, the music from the towns in this particular area. It was actually rated as the favorite of Final Fantasy in Japan for a very long time. Be a sec, I will be right back, guys.